The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Monday, the 11th day of June, 2023. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. It is first day of school day for public school students in Bermuda. First day of school. And actually, I got some messages come through. And we just want to say, wishing our public school students all the best as they start and continue their educational journeys. Well, first off, we have a first day of school for one of the Daily Hour parents today, Larry Marshall Jr., his son Mason. He starts his first day of primary school. Oh, we're going to have some fun today. We were going to have a serious conversation, but it's nothing like first day of school. I don't know if you all were like me, but after a long summer, you didn't really want to go back to school, but you wanted to be back around your friends. You put too much Vaseline on your face, all this grease. You went in your new clocks, right? Because we had clocks back in my day. We had our new clocks. We went to school and smiled and got used to our new classes and our new classmates if we had new classmates. And then we went home and got in trouble at the end of the day because our white shirts were brown and our new shoes, they were talking to us already because we were kicking football with them on the field. So first day, I didn't like school enough to be this happy about first day of school, but for some reason I'm excited for the students because for some, as stated, their journey begins, and for others, their journey continues. So happy first day to everyone. And we're going to talk about first day of school in a second. And a big happy birthday to our colleague, Phillips. Phil celebrates his birthday today, September 11th. So big shout out to Phil. Phil does so much in the back, helps us out. I know you don't see his face as much on screen outside of the intro and outro, but he's still a part of the team. So please, in the audience, if you'll do me a favor and wish Phil a very happy birthday. We wish him more life, happiness, and health. But greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Lorene Phillips on from Clarendon, Wallace. We're going to be discussing the upcoming huddle where they're focusing on demystifying careers in insurance. The daily play is a Who Said It? So, it should be fun. This is where you kind of guess who's the author of a famous quote. Don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve the community. All right. Traveling Truddy says, sending my warmest wishes to all public school students as they embark on a brand new academic year. May it be filled with success and growth. Ebony Souza says, have a great first day, Mason. Good morning to you as well, Terry Trott. And now Pam says, happy birthday, Phil. Yeah, man. Phil's getting up there, man. Phil is getting up there. Still looking good, Phil. Still looking good, I don't know. Have to check, see if you got skills on the basketball court, because after I beat Maya, I'm looking for another victim. So, yeah, Phil, let us know if you're still in shape, still could give us a go. But again, Phil's birthday today, first day of school, an exciting time. But let's get into it. Let's get into this conversation. Obviously, we're going to talk about something more serious, but I think first day of school, parents, some of you are crying right now. I actually text Larry Marshall Jr. I said, Man, let the tears flow. Let them flow. Let them flow. Let the emotions out. Right? I know what it's like. You know, happy birthday, Phil says, Karen Edwards Simmons. She says, happy birthday. So here's the question of the morning. What are some of your favorite back to school memories? Like, what are some of your favorite, either as a student, maybe as an educator, maybe as a parent, a guardian? What are some of your favorite back to school memories? What's something that comes to mind that you really enjoyed about going back to school? How do you get students excited about this time? Because after a long summer, I mean, I know someone was telling me that towards the end of summer, they have to kind of get their child mentally prepared to go back to school, like start reading um, a certain amount of time and writing and so on. So I know certain people have different methods to prepare themselves, prepare their children. But what are some of your favorite memories? I think my favorite memories would probably be in high school. And again, I'm not one who liked school, but in Bermuda, um, when you went back, it was pretty much football season, so the fall, and I really enjoyed the rivalries, Northlands, Barkley, stuff like that. I enjoyed that part of it. This time of year actually represented football and Europe, local football in Bermuda, so I always correlated them. Like, oh yeah, it's football season when school went in. So to me, that was always the positive. On lunch breaks, you'll go kick football or play basketball. Same thing, because basketball kicks in around October as well. But some of my greatest memories was just getting back in the summer. You're not necessarily able to be out playing with your friends basketball or football, so I was enjoying this lunch and recess times to be out there and like being physically active with my team classmates in the schoolyard. So that's one of my favorite memories of going back to school. But what are some of your favorite back to school memories? What are some of yours? We got another happy birthday to you, Phil. Phil, they're really reminding you that you're turned a year older, man. Yeah. A lot of people reminding you. September 11th. It's my late grandfather's birthday as well. So my late grandfather's birthday was the day before mine. Interestingly enough, we celebrated his birthday on September 11th, and on September 12th, for my 13th birthday, he actually passed away. So interesting. That was, yeah, my 13th birthday. Yeah. Paul Otterbridge. So happy birthday to the late Paul Otterbridge, who also celebrates today. And I think one of my friends, educator, Shawnette Som, that's quite a few people. September, as Teo said last week, September is a very busy month. A lot happened around the holidays back in the day. So very busy month, December into January. Michelle White says, I love the commercials leading into the start of the school year, but they were discontinued because parents said that it traumatized their child. What commercials are you talking about, Michelle? What commercials? I don't remember commercials. I mean, I didn't. I honestly don't. Look, the only commercials I remembered as a child were Christmas commercials, because that's when we all, like the holidays, you watch TV and you wanted what you saw on TV. But that's all I remembered. So what commercials specifically are you talking about? Kathy Rogers, did we miss your birthday? Happy belated, Kathy, if we missed your birthday already. But yes, you're a September person too. So happy birthday. This is it. Yes, Emily Gail Deal. This was it. I remember the captain back in the day. She says, Emily Gail Deal says, I remember the airways being filled with commercials with people going back to school. Okay, yes, I remember that back in the day. I think I got you now, Michelle. But I also remember back in the day, it was loaded. I mean, when I say back in the day, I'm talking about the captain in the morning. And was it Lady T? Was Lady T on the radio, folks? Does that name sound familiar? But anyway, I'm aging myself big time this morning. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think we had people that would call the radio stations and give a shout out, wishing such and such a very happy new school year, happy whatever, and go get your good grades. I remember all of that as well. David Michael R. Wilson says, it's the day the world stood still for me 1 year ago. I had a heart attack. Well, we are happy that you're still with us, David. and hopefully you are recovering very well. Sam Cat Play says, I think this is happy birthday with a P or HP. I don't help us out, Sam. I don't want to assume here. I don't want to assume. Abigail Dill says, I'm so glad I'm going back to school. So that traumatized the children, huh? That traumatized the children. I got you. Sam Cat Play says, happy first day for TDH, niece and nephew going to M1 and M2 respectively. Yes, happy first day to you. So we didn't have M1 back in my day. So that's middle schools. Interesting, because you have to go to like three different schools just to get through the system. Back in my day, we only had 2 schools. So hopefully first day of M1, going into middle school is an easy transition, like going from primary to high school. But congratulations to them. Please, Sam Cat Place, wish them all the best on behalf of their aunts and uncles on the daily hour. Hadley and Swan says, college was great memory. Well, I don't consider college school for me because it was just so much fun. I mean, I can say it now, but yeah, college, I went back because I enjoyed the life that came with the school. You know, I mean, you go from going to class all day to doing like 2-3 hours a day sometimes, right? So no, I would agree with you, Adeline. Going back to school at college age was probably one of the most rewarding things about my education, my journey, my academic journey. Angeline Butler says, happy birthday, Phil. Back to school memory is having my foot measured at the old Boyles on Reed Street across from BNTB. Sweet memory for me. Yes. Remember we used to go and because now we just go to the shoe store, we know our size. As a child, your shoe size changes every year. You have to put your foot in that thing, right? And then they bring it out and you get your new shoes. That's top of the line right there, Angeline. I remember that. What's that experience like today? Is technology different? Do they still use that same foot thing, you folks? I don't have a child, so I don't know. Like, do you still use that, or do you know your children's size? How does that work out? Michelle White says the songs "Vacation Is Over," "I'm Going Back to School," jingles on the radio, and photos of shopping for clothes on TV. I guess I liked school. Well, you know, somebody had to, Michelle. Someone had to like school, and why not it be you? Adeline Swan says, meeting people from around the world. So that's what she really enjoyed about her college experience. So it weren't the parties, like the back to school parties, Adeline. It wasn't not. I mean, your parents are not watching today. I'm sure you can be honest with us, and we won't tell. You can be real with us. Michelle White says yes, getting feet measured at Boyles. Boyles is still open too, right? They're still around. Yeah, Boyles was the shoe store. That was the place everybody went, and yeah, man, I had my clocks every year. I'm just trying to figure out how my shoes used to look like that after one day of school and last until June. I came from one of those households where you got one pair of shoes for the year and one pair of sneakers that were used for gym and everything else. So they had to last. So that's what kind of house I came from. Kathy Rogers says, yes, Angeline, and got a prize from the treasure chest. Hedley and Stevens, Swan says, FC Footwear had a fun horse there too. Where was FC Footwear? I remember the name. Where was that? Anybody know where that was? Again, big shout out and congratulations to everyone. Folks, if you have anyone, like by a show of hands, who has a student returning to school today, like to the public school system? By a show of hands. Anyone? Like a niece, nephew, son, daughter, godchild, like anyone got someone returning to the public school system? As we stated, Larry Marshall Jr., his son is starting his journey in the public school system today. We're very happy and proud. I hope that somebody captures a tear or two, because I know these moments, I mean, you only start primary school once, right? So these are moments and memories that people cherish forever. Ebony Souza says, going Conrads. Yes, Conrads. How could we forget Conrads when it was on Court Street with my daddy? My mama taking my skirts to fit better. School brings back good memories. Yeah, I remember Conrad's. Uh, we're really taking it back today. Michelle White says, I used to like shopping for my book bag. Remember the brown suitcase for school. How far back we go in there, Michelle? I need a show. I need to see a picture. I need to see a picture of that. Kathy Rogers says, FC footwear, corner of Church and Burnaby Street from, yes, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Ebony Susan says her son begins S3 this year. Congratulations. Hopefully he is excited about the new academic school year. We've got my niece, Hadeline Swan, says her niece is beginning today. And Marcia, Robin Patrice Bradshaw, M2. Yeah, she's got an M2er today. We've got Angeline Butler says a niece and a nephew beginning today. Look at it. We've got some people today. Charles H. Jefferson II says, I came from a household where my long pants became shorts after they got holes in the knees. Charles, I'm not laughing at you. I'm with you. I'm with you, brother. Look, at the end of the day, I don't know if parents still do this. I don't. But I had 5 school shirts and 3 pairs of pants. Those had to last a year. I had 1 pair of school shoes. And as I stated, 1 pair of sneakers that were used for gym and everything else. So like that's how it was. I mean, people say they're struggling now. I'm starting to wonder, was my mama struggling? Was my daddy struggling? Or were they just budgeting well? Because prices ain't what they used to be. So well, what do parents do today, folks? What do you all do today in regard to that? Do students still got 1 pair of shoes? Do they still got 1 pair of sneakers to last the year? How does that look? Do they even still have gym class? Ebony Susan says, covering our books with brown paper bag or newspaper. Remember that? Yeah, you used to, but see, no, grocery stores, they don't use the brown paper bags anymore, right? Or do they? Because I remember that. We used to preserve them by doing that. And remember the books, the textbooks, they used to have like the multiplication in the back of them. Those were pretty cool as well. Emily Gildil says, not the brown suitcase. See, I need a picture. We've got a godchild in M1, so public schools are hitting them. By show, I don't remember, audience, but let me know what public school is not reopening today, because I know that the ministry was making some moves. Does anyone know which school wasn't reopening today and where those students are heading? I forgot to look that up. But it's great to hear some of your favorite back to school memories again. Times have changed, but I must say, one of my favorite days in the Royal Gazette was seeing the first day of pictures on the front page. Obviously, in social media age, you no longer have to wait to the Royal Gazette because people will post their own pictures. So real cool. Looking forward to all the pictures today. Obviously, because people have more control over the pictures that are put up, we'll get the good ones, not the crying parents and tears and the emotions. But looking forward to it. So it looks like Heron Bay is not reopening. So Heron Bay and Clearwater are closed. So where did the students from Heron Bay go to? Like Purvis or Port Royal? Because I think those are the 2 closest schools on either side, right? Heron Bay, yeah, interesting. So I wonder what becomes of that school. So this looks like the first change into, I guess, the new reform or education system, whatever that may be. But interesting. Heron Bay, Clearwater was closed already, though, right? I thought Clearwater was closed already, and they were going to relocate St. George's Prep, St. David's Primary, right? Until East End was ready. If I'm not mistaken, my memory is not what it used to be. But okay, Heron Bay. I wonder how many students they had and where they've been relocated. If anyone can help me with that, that'd be great. But I wonder where the teachers went as well. Where did the teachers go? The principal, wherever they are. Hopefully they've on their feet and they are, doing all right. And for the sake of the students, that their education isn't interrupted as they transition into this new academic year. So I think I speak for everyone when I say, again, happy first day to every last student who is attending their first day of any public institution in Bermuda. Do make it your best school year yet. Ask a lot of questions. I want people to understand that it's okay to ask questions. Ask as many questions as possible. Every student's going to be different. I encourage educators to do their best to understand each child's differences and work with them accordingly. I know easier said than done, but as a child that didn't benefit from what I deem a good education system, my hope is that many students can get better than what I received. Laverne Tucker says approximately 90 students were at Heron Bay. Traveling Trotty says parents had the option to enroll in other government schools. This is the first school year for Clearwater to be closed. Okay, thank you for that. She goes on to say, encourage all parents to join and participate in PTAs and PTSAs. Parents, this is important. This is extremely important. All right. And Michelle White says, sent a picture of suitcase school bag to your LinkedIn Messenger. Okay, thank you so much, Michelle. Let me go look at this so we can all see. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Now, Michelle, I say this with all due respect. That picture's in black and white. That was before my time. So I didn't remember all that, Michelle. All right. So that was before my time. But I think we may have some pictures of my mom and aunts rolling that deep like that. All right, folks, let's bring my plus in for the Daily Hour News Break. We have a special guest, Lorene Phillips, coming up from Clarendon, Wallace. They have some great things going on this week, a huddle as they focus on demystifying careers in insurance. So stick with us. Good morning to you, Mark Phillips, celebrating 11 months as a TDH YouTube member. Folks, you too can become an official member of our YouTube page simply by just hitting the join button on YouTube. Alrighty, so let's bring Maya in for the Daily Hour News Break. We have had a weekend, so hopefully we got some good news.
Good morning. Good morning.
Greetings, Maya. How are you?
Feeling pretty well this morning.
Well, that is amazing. What is some of your favorite back to school memories?
Um, I, I guess I will call it a favorite, even though I kind of hate it. But it's like the only one I remember is my sister making me late for my first day of high school because she assured me that there was going to be another bus. I was like, we should get on this bus, and it was like super full. And she was like, I'm not getting at that bus. I'm like, we're going to be late. She goes, no, Maya, another bus always comes. We will not be late. We were late. I had to sign the late book my very first day, and I was so pissed because I already knew that middle school didn't really end that well for me. So I was like, they're gonna hate me already.
So, at what point did you forgive your sister? Yeah, I think Maya's holding on to this one. I don't know if she's letting go.
I think I brought it up like a year ago, actually. So it was something like, I never trust you to be anywhere on time. Like, I don't.
Wow. Well, you know what, Maya? I mean, you can laugh about it today, right? I think. No, okay, it's not funny. Sure. Not funny. No, it's always a good day, man. I just love the pictures. I love the excitement. I love the emotion. So, yeah, hopefully students can just go and have a great academic year and make their parents and themselves proud.
Yeah, it's a huge change too. I know, especially for the high schooler going to high school first time. It's different. It's not going to be exactly what you expected it to be. Granted, a lot of things always change when it comes to different tests or exams, but this is just a different ball game. So they are essentially like the first starting up on this pilot project, really. So good luck to them, and hopefully everything goes their way, and that it's just a smooth, easy sailing. And then they have questions, ask the questions always. Don't ever leave anything unasked.
Indeed. Yeah. Indeed. What you got for us today? How was the weekend in the news?
Weekend was actually looking pretty good. We got a pretty nice news story coming up at the end, which I'm really excited to share. But good morning, everyone. This is the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Starting out early with the news this morning, just a little update from the Ministry of Health in connection with this new variant of COVID-19, BA2.86. The Ministry of Health just says they cannot confirm the presence of this new variant quite yet. However, the ministry has recently sent samples to the Caribbean Public Health Agency for sequencing, and the Office of the Chief Medical Officer continues to consult with the UK Health Security Agency regarding the COVID-19 variant. So no new updates on that yet, just the fact that they're sending out some samples and they want to just see what variants are actually, circulating around the island right now. And they also say if you do take at-home testing, tell your physician so that they kind of know, where the virus is right now spreading in the community.
I've seen like different reports every now and then, like when I go on the internet saying it's increasing, it's increasing. I have seen, in Florida, in lawless Florida, more people starting to wear masks again. And the only thing I'll say is, hey, take care of yourself, but also, when I was a Boy Scout, think of others before you think of yourself as well. So just be considerate when going into closed spaces.
Yes, definitely. And as mentioned before, but here's a graphic of it there. If you know anyone who's in high school or middle school, We Speak is having this competition, this really cool competition actually, where you say a video, make it between 1 to 2 minutes long, with a chance to win $1,000 actually as a prize, other prizes as well. But the main purpose of this competition is to express on camera what it means to be confident, competent, and calm when you are doing your public speaking, and kind of sharing your journey toward public speaking as well. So that's the competition there. The deadline is the 29th of September. You could also submit your video and everything online. You go to wespeak.bm and look for the application to just put in your video. But really cool competition for the young people out there.
I agree. And it just made me think that I forgot to enter my video to win that trip to Bermuda. I'm sorry.
Check some more. It might still be up there for you.
Okay.
But another one, this one's kind of related to the school. Just the Department of Public Transportation has released an update about school bus schedules effective today. The school schedule will be serviced by minibuses and DPT buses until the end of October. And then starting the 1st of November, all school services will be provided by just public buses.
Okay, interesting.
And as we approach the days coming forward about Hurricane Lee, whether or not, the danger of it, just a little update here that came from the Bermuda Weather Report this morning, and it just says something like dangerous swells and ripped currents will continue to develop in association with the distant Hurricane Lee, which is being closely monitored. Conditions begin to deteriorate on Thursday as Lee draws closer to Bermuda. So it's definitely coming down from a Category 5, but it's still, like as the ministry says, something to look out for. Don't take it lightly, but it's calming down.
Whew. I love to hear it, because the way they were explaining that monster last week, I was concerned, I was worried, but whew, yeah.
Stay on your toes, but luckily it seems to be trending on the lower end now. Another report here, this one's coming from the police. You may have heard about this before the weekend, but around 1:05 p.m. on the Friday, police and other first responders were dispatched to a report of a two-vehicle collision on Reed Street at the junction with King Street in the city of Hamilton. Initial information just suggests that a male on an accelerated cycle was headed down King Street when he attempted to make a left-hand turn on Reed Street when he lost control of the cycle and collided with a heavy truck. The male cyclist has been transported to King Edward Memorial Hospital for treatment and suspected chest injuries. The truck driver was not reported to be injured. Anyone who may know anything about this incident is encouraged to call 211.
Less accidents, please, or collisions, as they say.
Now, leading into some more, delighted news, but the Bermuda men's national football team, they drew 0-0 in their match against French Guiana here in Bermuda. In a statement to the Royal Gazette, the newly appointed coach Michael Finley said in a quote, "I wouldn't say I'm a happy man. I am pleased with the performance, pleased with the application, and pleased with the commitment after, but I am not pleased with the result," he says. "We had opportunities to win the game, but there are opportunities for them also, so we have to be honest about that. In terms of the first steps, I'm happy enough that we got a point and we move on to St. Vincent and the Grenadines." So decent job by the team.
Not losing is always a great start, but football is not about not losing; it's about wins and losses, right? So I understand the coach didn't get to see the game, but I trust that the application was well, and I think, you know, if they can build and grow on it, we should have some special things coming.
This story also come from the Gazette. Definitely want to encourage you to go read this story, but it's really amazing. Here, as you see, Clyde Best here, and beside him is a 14-year-old footballer who has been selected to play the part of young Clyde Best in the upcoming documentary being pitched to major US TV networks. Tyree Fubler, who plays for Somerset Trojans and is a student at Cedar Ridge Academy, was selected to act as their pioneering player. It was selected to act as a pioneering player in transforming the beautiful game, The Clyde Best Story. A casting call on Sunday in Sands included 24 players from the Somerset team, Clyde Best's home club when he was a child. From the group, that team was selected for roles in the film, and Tyree will play Best when he was age 11 when he and his friends formed the Ireland Rangers. The team was coached by Edward Icewater Smith and would play against the British Sailors at Dockyard. So big congrats to them. The filming is going to be taking place in Bermuda, and the final picture is expected to release in 2025.
That excites me. That really excites me. I just off topic real quick. You said Edward Icewater, and I was just like, one thing about Black folks, we had the best nicknames back in the day. Icewater, like that's just the most Black nickname ever. But I love it. But no, congratulations to that young man, and I really, really am excited for this documentary. Those are the kind of opportunities you dream of. So I really hope that this gets picked up by some major networks. Clyde Best, his story when he came on, it's a wonderful story. It's an inspirational story. It's our story as Bermudians.
Yes, it holds so much. It holds so much. Not even just for Bermudians, but a lot of like just Black people who play the game and love the sport. So it's really awesome. You have to go ahead and read the story. Terry's father actually put a quote in there in the story about how Terry was really nervous and he didn't really want to do it, but he like encouraged him to, and now he's like super happy about it. So encourage your children to do things that maybe they might be a little bit, uncomfortable with or scared about. Give them the courage to get things done. Congratulations.
Yeah. I think that goes along with our U.S. Open winner this weekend. If you saw the video I put on my personal WhatsApp and personal Instagram and personal Facebook of Coco Gauff at 8 years old,
Yes.
the U.S. Open, to 11 years later. And as I said on my stories, like allow children to dream, to hope, and to work, and millions of children do. And few will get that opportunity. But for the few that do, man, I mean, the joy in her face as a child to make it there, who would have thought?
Yeah. And 19 years old, man. I was watching her play. It's incredible.
She's my neighbor, right?
She's your neighbor?
No, legit. I was down near her house yesterday.
That's pretty cool, but also kind of creepy.
No, I saw her.
I didn't know where she lived.
I'm joking, Maya.
Okay, go.
Oh, she lives in the city next to me. She's from the city next to me, Delray,
That's
Florida.
cool.
For dinner. But I saw her play in 2019 at an exhibition here, and she's just baby on her years. My father sent me a picture Saturday night after she won Maya, and he thinks that Coco is his niece, because he saw in the airport and they got a picture of her, and so he sent it to me. I put it up on my WhatsApp status, folks. Like he thinks that's his niece, and he's proud, like she's coming to the next family reunion with her U.S. Open trophy. Yeah,
it's amazing. She's doing amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Closing up my news today, that we cannot forget this day at all. Finally, just a reminder of this tragic events that happened September 11th, 2001, and the Bermudians who lost their lives in this attack. As we reflect back on the 22nd anniversary, we remember the individuals from Bermuda who were among the nearly 3,000 innocent victims that day. Their lives were abruptly cut short, leaving behind grieving families, friends, and a community deeply affected by these senseless acts. Bermuda continues to remember the victims of that attack.
That I was in the U.S. for about 3 weeks at that point, and that was probably, I know we had a pandemic, but I think between the pandemic and that, two life-changing things, because everything just changed at that point. How old were you then, Maya? Like
2001, I was still a baby. I was
Right.
1997. I was born, so
Right.
four.
So you probably wouldn't have memories of what travel was like before that. But in Bermuda,
Mm.
I remember, and Bermudians stick with me. Do you remember you used to be able to walk upstairs to like the departures and everything? And um, it's a lot's changed. A lot has changed. But so many lives lost and lives changed, and we must remember them on this day. Very tragic day that impacted many Bermudians and families, Bermudians overseas who were working, Bermudians who were being educated in the U.S. and so on. So thank you for that, man.
Yes. And like you said about the changes, oddly enough, that last week sometime actually I had a conversation with someone who was on Bermuda Air, and they're like, it's so close to what it used to be like
Mhm.
before 9/11, the cutlery and the presentation and things like that, like how it's kind of, almost there and close to what they remember when they were a child. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, that was travel. How's the weather looking?
Well, the storm. So that was my weather report for today. So just be mindful of that and be clear of, how it's, going to affect us. It's going to be kind of windy today as well, gust of wind, but, it's going to hopefully steady and get lower when it comes to Thursday at the highest approach.
All righty, cool, cool. Well, Maya, guess what today is? I don't know if you're gonna like this one. Today is No News is Good News Day. So let me tell you, the phrase "no news is good news" is in English can be traced back several centuries to 1616 when King James of England wrote it out. Well, let's just go through it. How to celebrate New News? No News is Good News Day. Unplug from the news. Read some good news. Focus on the good. Well, here's what no news is good news meant in my family. My nana was cool, boy. She'd be like, "Oh, why are you calling me?" I said, "Nana, because I just landed back overseas." "Okay. No news is good news. You didn't have to let me know." I was like, "Oh." So I came up in a family where, okay, you land, you ain't got to hit me up. No news is good news. If I get a call, that means something's wrong. So that's what no news is good news meant
Mm.
for me. But what does that mean for you as a journalist, Maya? Do you take that one hard?
No, I appreciate that one actually. I mean, it makes you work harder if you're not just getting just press releases. But honestly, I love not getting a lot of news, especially when the news tends to be bad. Like,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to road collisions or things like that. Like my heart, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like my heart races over the weekend because I'm just like, I don't want to get a report. I don't want to get a report. I don't want to have to read this on the daily hour. Please don't tell me there's been a collision. Like when I look through on Sunday evening. So yeah, no news is good news, honestly.
One of the morals of the story, folks, nobody wants to report bad news, or most right thinking people don't, but they have jobs to do. They'd love to report and share the good stuff. Maya, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right, my Palacio folks, do not go anywhere. We're coming right back with Lorene Phillips. We're talking about her upcoming huddle, Demystifying Careers in Insurance. This should be really cool. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Big Show. I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lenders, and People's Pharmacy. Do not forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us go beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve the community. All right, without further ado, let's give a warm TDH welcome to our guest for the day. We've got Lorene Phillips coming back. We're talking about her latest huddle. I'm sorry. They're loud. How are you, madam?
I'm well. Good morning.
Good morning. So, what have you been up to? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Just got back I took a late summer vacation this year. I don't think I'll do it next year because by the time I got to my summer vacation, I was so exhausted. So, but it was really good. I was actually in Florida, so probably not far from where you are. Was really good. Yes.
Florida's a great place to vacation. It's a great place to vacation.
Yes. Good to be home. Good to get started again.
There you go. So for those who may not have seen you before, and for some reason, some people still aren't on LinkedIn. I don't know why, but tell us a bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
Sure. So I am the founder and CEO of a boutique executive coaching and leadership consulting firm called Clarendon Wallace, which I started just before the pandemic. Prior to that, I was an reinsurance underwriting executive for almost 3 decades. And I'm also the business partner for the British School of Excellence, which was previously the British School of Etiquette. And I'm the founder of The Huddle, which is a youth platform that is primarily focused on providing youth leadership development for our local talent, especially in the area of those soft skills or power skills.
So you're beating me to it, but just go in a bit more depth. What is the purpose of your huddles that you have?
So the huddle, to give you an idea about the huddle, about maybe 4 years ago, I was just thinking a little bit about what do those young people or where do those young people go that may not have critical information that they need in order to succeed in their careers. Not everybody knows somebody, not everybody has the network that they can reach out to. And so I thought I would start this platform. It's a virtual platform at this time called The Huddle about 2 years ago, which is primarily based on improving the interpersonal and social skills of our young people, particularly Gen Zers and our younger millennial. And so we've been around for 2 years. We've done workshops or webinars on how to negotiate your first salary, how to strategically develop your network, how to build your career and avoid burnout, just topics that are very important to our younger generation.
I think those are some of the most important conversations that we need amongst young people right now, especially the one you just touched on at last, burnout.
Yes.
I think when I was young, when I just got into the workforce, I thought it was cool to work nonstop and almost not have a life. And then you realize, hey, no, this is not healthy. So
yeah, it's not sustainable. And, unfortunately, that type of work ethic was rewarded, certainly when I was building my career as well, Jamel. And it took me also experiencing a burnout at different times of my career to realize that is not a smart way to build your career. If you want to build a sustainable career, you need to be healthy, just like an entrepreneur. If you're not healthy, you are not able to give the highest level of service on a consistent basis.
Indeed. No, thank you. Thank you for this. So the upcoming huddle taking place September 13th, right? Is titled Demystifying Careers in Insurance. I have my thoughts of what, I've been told from people within insurance, reinsurance, just the IB sector overall in terms of, it's rewarding in this way, but it's also draining in that way. But what can attendees expect to really get out of this and learn?
Great. Thank you for asking that. It's actually right in the title, Demystifying. So many times as a prior underwriter in the market, I work a lot with young people, and I certainly do that a lot now on a pro bono basis. and I hear them repeating words or terminologies that they really don't know what it is. For example, recently I went to an event and a young Bermudian I said to her, what are you doing? She's just graduated from university. She says, oh, I want to be an underwriter. I said, do you know what an underwriter is? And she said, no, but they make a lot of money. So I want to do that. So I really want to provide this platform where we can really provide information so that young people can make decisions about whether or not they are best suited for these roles. And also to open up the information in terms of what other careers are available in the industry. It's not just underwriters, there are brokers, there are actuaries, there are people that work on the operation sides, there's marketing, there's HR, there's a whole array of skill sets. And it's about you being more aware of what those roles are so that you can decide which one is best suited for you.
Indeed. Good information. And, it's interesting because that's what you hear people saying to this day. I want to go in that sector because of the money. And
yeah, this was in August, I think this young person said it. I couldn't believe it. In this, I started in the market, a few decades ago, but people that is still the perception. And here's the challenge, Jamel, having worked in the market and trained local talent, you can always tell those that are in it for the money and those that are in it because they love it, because it is aligned with their skill sets and they're passionate about it. You can tell the difference. And that's the difference between the one that is a person that is average in the workplace and a person that excels.
I want to add to that because you're right. You can tell a difference, but I'll add something else. Two things that you can tell where the results will determine their personality, if they're in it for the money or for their own ego, right? Yeah, those two things.
Sometimes it's both, isn't it?
Exactly, and both is a dangerous combination. Folks, if you have any questions or comments for Lorene, please send them through. We'll try to get through as many as possible. So let's talk about who some of the guest speakers will be, because you have quite the lineup.
Yes, this is so interesting. I decided to change things up a little bit. Usually on the huddle, we have 3 panelists and then myself as the host. But because of the nature of this topic, I wanted to expand the panel a little bit because I really wanted local talent to see how they can not only use their talent here at home in Bermuda, but how they can use that talent abroad. And so through my network and the people that I know, I was able to pull together a really lovely panel. So the first panelist that's going to be up will be our 3 locally domiciled Bermudian talent. The first one is Matthew Bacon, and Matthew I've known forever, and his dad worked in the market and his mom as well. And he's going to be really sharing his experience as a broker, and he works for Price Forbes. He's a Gen Zer. And then we have Iman Smith. She's an underwriter at Ascot, previously worked in the London market, has moved back home and is working in the London market. So she has a really nice bird's eye view of what it takes to succeed internationally and locally. I met Iman a few years ago when I was working in London. Someone reached out to me and asked me to meet her for coffee to get her started, and the rest is history. And then Margaret Reeves Lottimore will be talking to us about the claims handling side of the business. I did spend some time at Excel as head of professional lines claim for a while, and that was a phenomenal experience for me. And it's very important that our local talent understand that there are other skill sets and other areas that they can tap into if they have a legal background, if they have a strong aptitude for research and analytical skills. And then on the international side, wow, Jason Cabral. I actually met Jason in Gibraltar. I was in business in Gibraltar, and this young man was presenting. He's an actuary by training. And I thought he looked really, really familiar. And after the presentation, he came over and he said, "You don't remember me, do you?" I said, "No, I don't." He said, "We met in Bermuda. I worked at Excel as an intern, and I met you on the rotation." So Jason has been kind enough to join us from Gibraltar. He's the CEO of AA Underwriters Underwriting, and he will be really talking a little bit about the actuarial side of the business. And then we have Joyce Dewart. She's an underwriter, local talent as well, and she is the Southeast Regional head for Allied World in Atlanta. And then we're going to round out the panel with a Gen Zer, Connor Phillips, who will be joining from London. He works for StartPoint, which is a part of the Ryan Specialty Group. And he finished his degree in the pandemic, job search after the pandemic. And so I believe he would have a really good perspective of what it's like to work in this modern workplace as well. So I think a pretty good panel, very rich. Each panel will have about 20 or 25 minutes or so with me.
That is an amazing lot. I know none of them personally, but just the way you describe them, folks, you better live up to that.
I took a lot of care in selecting the panelists because I really wanted that diversity of not just roles, but diversity of experience. I really want Bermudians to see Bermudians who choose to work abroad doing that and doing that at a high level. And I want them to know that that is an option if they so choose, and to be aware of what that could look like. So I'm really, really, really excited to tap into my network and to be able to pull this together.
Nice, folks. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please send them through. So we know the speakers, we know what it's about. Who would you encourage to attend it? Because I'm going to be honest. I think Michelle White she said those topics are for all persons in the workforce, but yes, the younger group needs to learn from our mistakes, avoiding burnout. But I mean, I agree. This should be for almost anyone who might want to make a transition, right?
Correct. I like that word, transition. I do a lot of work, for example, with the firm, with Clarendon Wallace, dealing with a lot of individuals that are looking at either upskilling within the marketplace, the insurance, reinsurance, or any marketplace, but also people that are transitioning from one industry to the other. And there are people that are looking at transitioning their skill sets in the insurance and the reinsurance space. So it is not uncommon that although the huddle is primarily geared towards our Gen Zers and our younger millennials, that we have the more mature people who will pop in on the side and join, and they are welcome. Because what I've been told is that the topics that we cover on the huddle, the older, more mature professionals never had access to that information. And so the huddle is really providing information and access to critical information that can allow them to excel in the workplace.
Nice. Okay. So for all those who tuned in, they're now excited. I'm like, this is for me. Where can they go to learn more or register?
Sure. So you can go to our website, clarendonwallace.com/the huddle or the-huddle, or you can go on LinkedIn. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, but LinkedIn is there, or directly to the website. Jamet, I wanted to kind of really just add a comment around why I chose the word demystify. There were two reasons. One was to really provide some clarity about the roles that were available in the market, and so that they could hear it firsthand from local talent. But secondly, I wanted to also change the conversation or the perception that the insurance and the reinsurance is not for us, is not for Black and brown people, that it is for expatriates. I want them to know that there are Bermudians, diverse Bermudians that are succeeding and doing well in the marketplace, and that it's an industry that needs more local talent that looks like them.
Indeed. We have a question. Michelle White's asking, is there a fee for the huddle?
No, the huddle is a free platform. It is a free platform. That's my desire, is to, again, make it accessible, to create a sense of inclusivity when it comes to the work that I do. And, not everyone can afford the work that I do, but everyone deserves access to the types of work that I do. And so creating the huddle allows me to be able to provide that information on a complimentary basis to anyone that needs it.
Lorene, Phillips, Clarendon Wallace, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For doing this. And please let us know if there's anything else we can do on our end between now and the 13th to get the word out.
Thank you so much. This was a wonderful start. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Have a great one.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Lorene Phillips from Clarendon Wallace. Folks, please go check it out. Go on LinkedIn, clarendonwallace.com/the huddle. Go check them out. If you appreciated today's discussion, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to take a quick break and come back. Guess what? We're doing a giveaway when we come back. Yeah. Chance for you to win something. Stick with us.
Hi, welcome to ER Fisheries. I'm Jalen Steed, store manager and trained chef, and I'm here to help you with all of your food needs. Let's talk about why you should come and check out ER Fisheries. We offer the widest range of specialty meats and seafood items at a price point that will absolutely fit your budget. As a chef, I'm able to answer all of your food questions, help you come up with meal ideas, and generally guide you in the right direction. You'll get a custom shopping experience unlike any other food store in Bermuda, where we'll cater to your needs and provide you with excellent customer service. Where else can you get quality cooking advice and quality products? I look forward to helping you with all your meal ideas.
Back to the big show. Thanks again to Lorene Phillips for stopping by. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medicals, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this for you on a daily basis. Folks, again, if you appreciated the conversation, please make sure you share it, like it, follow it, love it, whatever. Just give us some reaction. Let us know your thoughts. It's time for the Daily Play brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right. You're ready. It's a who said it. I've already said this person's name on the show today, and the quote is, always dream big and don't let anyone limit your dreams because the possibilities are endless, end quote. We have a winner. Who is it, folks? Need a hint? I said they're my neighbor. Oh, well. We've got a winner. Karen Simmons, congratulations. Charles, you came up short. It is Corey Coco Goff. She is the author of that quote. Man, I'm so happy for her. I really am. I'm really, really excited. I just hope the way that the Williams sisters inspired her journey, her story, her accomplishments will inspire others. And the ER Fisheries and Foods daily inspiration is that always dream big and don't let anyone limit your dreams because the possibilities are endless. To wrap it up real quickly, folks, just want to say this. The first day of school means so many different things to so many people. To educators, to administrators, to students, to parents. It means so many different things. But I think the goal of everyone should be the same. And that's to ensure that we are improving our community by giving the young people the best opportunity to succeed, not just academically, but socially and in life. Happy new academic school year to everyone. And may it be your best year yet. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medicals, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making this part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out. Peace.